Hello and thanks for watching. So this week I got another large parts delivery from 9 Apart, and hoping this is going to more or less give me everything I need to get the car running again, unless of course I find other things as I go to fit, things that I maybe missed from the ordering or other bits that need to be replaced. Anyway, included within the order was this replacement air guide. As you can see, the one on the right is the one I originally got sent, and this is sort of playing spot the difference with Porsche parts to see what the difference between these two is. Only slight variations, but it was enough when I tried to fit the one I was originally sent. I noticed that actually it had a couple extra feet on the bottom, which were actually fouling when they tried to fit above the intercooler. So it's actually a slightly different part number. Porsche supply. I think this one at the front is actually for the turbo or GTS models. The one at the back, which you can see has got slightly different holes locations as well. It's supposed to be for the diesel. Might be for a couple other models as well. I think potentially petrol, but certainly it just shows you that it's easy to get them mixed up. So anyways, 9 Apart enough to send me the correct one, and we'll deal with returning that to them at some point. Anyway, plenty to be getting on with, so I'll get into it now. So first thing I thought I'd do was refit the mirror housing. I polished it up first, and it's come up quite well. It's removed the scratches. Fitted in the indicator light, just a couple of screws to put that back, and then afterwards put the mirror glass on the front. A wee bit fiddly to make sure that's located properly and pushed in, and remember to put the electrical connections onto the back of it for the heating. So that bit's been done. Also got the other intercooler bracket on the far side there to match this one on this side. That should mean that I'm probably just about ready to try and fit the radiators, test fit them at least. There's a couple little ear guides I popped on the side there. They're done as well, so sort of just cherry picking off certain parts. Got to get it all together. So these ones seem to be easiest to do first, so just keep going at it. So I'm assembling the lock carrier here. A number of bits to go on it. You can see the pile of bags, a couple of boxes down the bottom. That's actually a bag full of empty bags down there. We can see here on the lock carrier there's a couple of locating bits in the bottom. Not quite see where this goes into just there. So we've got to feed these in here. One each side, and the same on this side. And then obviously screw this to the lock carrier here, and then need to go back to the parts diagram just to double check that I've got everything, because I'm sure there's more parts actually go on here. There's a piece going in here as well. There's this little cable end to be located somewhere. Obviously I think it definitely goes through here and into this, where it will join to the one that's actually sitting on the car. It's just I'm not quite sure whether this plastic piece is supposed to locate at this side or at that side, but I guess I'll work it out as to, I guess it's maybe going in there, so maybe I'm slightly further back, but it's just unfortunate not having disassembled it. A bit blind doing the reassembly. And by process elimination, worked out this cable must go in here, because this only rotates anti-clockwise. So obviously depending on whether I think you're left or hand drive or right hand drive, so therefore whether this cable is coming from the passenger compartment to do the manual operation, it needs to sit in here, and obviously when it's pulled, it then twists. You can see if you're slightly moving it when I pull the other end of the Bowden cable. You see it will twist, and by doing that, it's obviously going to pull these cables here that are connected in the bottom or the top, and that will therefore connect and pull open these. I think the other ones, when it's electrically operated, when you do the bonnet release, obviously must pull the other cables to effectively to no, sorry, the handle I think is a secondary thing. So yeah, work it out eventually. But I think I've got it in the right order here. It's got a cover that goes on the front here, obviously to stop this popping back out, and then that locates down in here, and then that should obviously guide up through here and back into this top piece there. But I'll save putting that on, because obviously that won't go on until the cable from the lock carrier's on the car. So this is where the PET system is not always perfect. It listed these clips and the corresponding screws as quantity X, which obviously means it's not specified how many actually required. So I wasn't really sure how many would be needed. So I went for a couple initially, and I found out, yeah, I've already fitted one there, that's fine. There's another one here by the looks of it. The lower cable now should have another one there by the looks of it, and further along, also just at this side. That point there. So it looks as there's 4 needed on this side, curiously none on the other side. I don't know therefore whether this centre piece is supported enough, as long as it's got the top cable and one of the sides on the lower getting supported. Anyway, I'll need to order another couple of these. There are a couple of places in the PET parts diagrams that don't mention the number. I had managed to make a better guess, I guess, on the other ones, but these ones obviously a couple shy, but it's not going to stop me getting on with this. But obviously we'll need to order that, plus possibly some more parts. It's just that lower section of parts that I've put on to the lock carrier today, but that is 11 bags of separate part numbers, 2 boxes obviously fitting onto the lock carrier. Just shows how many different parts there actually are that go to make them up. There's still a couple of gaskets to be put on here as well. I need to check as well what's going to locate. I think that might be the sensors for the crash sensors that go on there. I'll have a look at that. I've got them as well, but there are just quite a lot of parts connecting to it. I know there's other brackets for bumper carrier that also I think connects in at the side here, but that might just become a bit unwieldy to carry about if I stick them on each side. So I think that'll do me for today, and I'll get back onto it some other time with all the rest of the parts that are to be fitted. Thanks very much for watching.